Alright boys, now we're gonna take off the rear OEM fender. You need to take off these bolts. There's 4 on both sides. So let's go ahead and do that. I think there's a nut behind it that you have to hold and grab. I feel it, but I think it stays in place. So I've only done this side for the sissy bar. I loosened this bolt out, and this one was harder because there's a nut that I think is supposed to be attached to the fender, because on this side, the nut behind this one is still attached. So I got that bolt out easily, which is right there. This one, this nut on this side, I guess it seized onto the actual bolt, because when I was trying to loosen this was spinning with it. So I had to use a wrench to hold the nut from underneath the fender to keep loosening the bolts out. All right, I removed all 4 bolts to the sissy bar, and I'm guessing the inner one has that bolt attached to the fender, and the outer one doesn't. It's loose. I don't know why, but it was on this side too. So to continue removing the fender, I'm gonna remove this chrome piece. I see 3 hex bolts right here. I don't know what else I need to remove, but we're gonna find out, because obviously this is attached to it, so I need to take this off. Maybe still attached, so it'll be 3 bolts here, and the same on the other side. The nuts that were in here holding the sissy bar were size 13, so you have to get a 13 holder from the inside. These hex nuts are size 8 to remove these. All right boys, so these 3 nuts that are attached to the frame, they are a bitch. They got Loctite on them. I almost stripped this one that was right in front of the footrest, and I was like, all right, let's just hammer it in there and start spinning, and I did that, and I almost stripped it. So I almost fucked myself, but I had to pull out the breaker bar so that I wouldn't strip the threads. So, and so far it's helped. So use the breaker bar. I got this last one here, but they're pretty tough. All right babies, guess what? I was taking this piece off, this chrome piece off the bike, to put in the new fender, but apparently the only thing grabbing the fender were those 4 bolts that were attached with the sissy bar. I didn't have to take this off because when I started pulling this off, that shit just fell. It fell to the ground like a washer fell right there. But I think I might have to take these off anyway, because I think I'm not gonna use these anymore for the kit that I bought, because I'm turning this into a bobber. All right boys, now we got another dilemma. We got the new fender. One side has 2 holes. You see right there, over here. The other side has 1 hole, and it goes like this. Well, that 1 hole goes towards the front, 2 holes towards the back. I have no clue how this goes on. There's no instructions. So I was looking at some photos on their website. So this goes with it. 1 hole on one side, 1 hole on the other, and this goes with it. 2 holes on one side, 1 hole on the other. So I don't understand it, because if this, I saw in the picture, if this goes something like this attached to the fender, then why does the other one have 2 holes? I'm confused. And also, this goes with it. This also goes with it. And I have no idea how or why. So we're gonna have to engineer a little bit and figure it out. And this one, I have no idea where this goes either, so I have to figure it out. Alright boys, so far I think I figured it out. So these 2 bolts had too many extras. I feel like they had too many extra besides this one, this black piece. One of them had 2 and the other one had 1. So I took it off. Okay, so hear me out. So like one of them had 2 of these and 2 washers. And the other one had 1 of these, 1 washer, but 2 lock washers. So I took them off. I'm like, maybe that was just their way of packaging the hardware. So I took them off, and I have 1 of each. So I have the washer. It's a crush washer, then a washer, then this brace, then the black piece. I have it between the brace and the fender so it doesn't scratch the paint. That's how I have it, and that's what I'm assuming it's supposed to be like. I'm not sure. This piece actually came off from the, I guess you could call this wheel hub. It was right here. I took it out, replaced it with this bolt that comes with the kit for this little brace, so I can attach one side of the mount, the one with 2 bolts, onto here, because it has 2 holes. So far so good. The only thing I have to do right now is remove this lock pin and then castle nut, take it off. I think that's a washer, take it off. And then I'm gonna have to, I think, actually no, I don't, because the frame will still be in place. So I'm gonna take this nut off, and then I'm gonna replace it with this. This will go between. So then the other mount will brace to this hole. Guys, I am so stupid. The brace, that's for the other part of the seat. Oh my god, you can literally just take these bolts out and then overlap them over this little, I thought, man, I was freaking out when I said I had to remove this castle nut, the lock pin, and the washer. I don't know, man, I was freaking out. I thought I was gonna have to somehow find a way to slide this frame over so I can put it between here, but alright, so like I said, this collar, lock collar, I guess you call it, goes on the right side with the one bolt. This brace on this side, easy. Nothing's tightened because whatever goes in this center hole over here, I have to figure that out. And then this is set, 2 bolts on this side, that bolt in there, with this attached. Alright, so I haven't done anything to the fender yet. I don't know what the middle hole goes to, but for now I'm gonna take off the passenger footrest, because I'm gonna take it off in one piece. You can just remove these nuts back here, if you see them well, back here. If you want to keep this, whatever this is for, I honestly can't think of what this is for. You could just remove the bolt right here. Boom, boom, bada bing. I'm guessing to change this, right? But now I'm gonna remove this whole thing. So these nuts, which they look to me like 12 mils, right back here. With this kit, I bought 2 new bobber style mirrors. I don't know why I can't say bobber. That was weird. From Blue Collar Bobbers. You have to buy them individually. They're not sold in a pair, and luckily the threads match they can match the OEM handlebars, so I'm gonna put these on. Alright, I hit my life. So this part actually has to go kind of like back here where the battery area goes. So this attaches to the rear fender so it stays up. Now I gotta take all this stupid shit off, but that shit's annoying. So yeah, this is for the rear fender. Man, I hate my fucking life. I had to take this shit out again for the 1000th time. So that bracket goes like this. You probably can't see it, but you're gonna place it like this. You see right there? Take it out, place it up against the wall, right? Like so, like that. This long tongue end will go point downward. It'll just sit, just like that. So now you have, you see that right there? You're gonna hook up these ends with a little bit of blue Loctite on this screw to attach to the fender. That shit was so annoying, especially getting these bolts in these tight little areas. I got big hands, so it was really fucking hard. But I tightened both sides. They're not even, but I tightened them enough to where it's hard feeling tension. And then this middle bolt, I put a dab of blue Loctite. You only tighten it up until this starts feeling a little tense. So I stopped tightening it because apparently you can bend it. And then we're gonna attach this to that bracket, the rear fender, so it can stay up in the air now. Oh well, this sucks. I gotta drill holes. So these little 2 small brackets will go one behind the rear fender and the other on top. But you have to drill holes in this to hold in place, because when you put the nut on to tighten it, when you place it to the bracket we just installed, it'll spin. You need to drill holes so it'll hold it in place for you. That sucks. I'm afraid of this rusting out. I don't want to paint it and all. Alright boys, I just drilled the holes into the fender. I hate doing stuff like this because if you mess up, man, you're fucked. Like, it's over, you're cooked. Like, you're gonna have to buy a whole new one or figure something out. But I did drill the holes, so I'm gonna put the plate on it, mount it to this bracket that we just installed, and get this stationary. And then we can remove these bolts. I'll be writing a lot, maybe, hopefully. Don't want these vibrating out, so I'm gonna blue Loctite these just to make sure they don't come out. Alright, yo, so I went ahead, I tightened these bolts, applied blue Loctite here and on the other side. I excluded this bracket that came with the kit all the way this way so the screw wouldn't hit the wheel hub. And then I'm gonna remove this one again, apply blue Loctite on it too, the big one. And then tighten this one last with blue Loctite. So slowly but surely.